This country, Johns Hopkins University, which you are very familiar with, recently came out with a study showing lockdowns didn't really work. They saved 0.02% of lives. We're talking about it here because we don't censor the news here, but you have major networks, CNN, MSNBC, along with the New York Times and the Washington Post, choosing not to run this major story. As a doctor, would you say this is nonpartisan news that people need to hear?
Yes, look, Steve Hanke, who's a professor at Johns Hopkins and a colleague of mine, is an outstanding researcher. He's very senior, and what he did was a very sophisticated mathematical analysis of all of the existing scientific literature to really answer the question. This intervention that we did, the lockdowns for so long, was the biggest, most dramatic public health intervention perhaps in history. We need to evaluate it scientifically with objectivity. And that research shows that the mortality reduction was the equivalent of 1,800 lives saved from the lockdowns. Now, what was the cost of the lockdown? 123,000 non-COVID excess deaths per year. About 250,000 people lost their lives for reasons other than COVID, above the normal mortality rate. We have got to unpack that, because if that data tells us what we suspect, then that tells us that this intervention had significant downsides for public health that did not outweigh the upsides.